What up, though, world? Man, listen. So I'm looking at this Alpha Mega dude, right? Out of Georgia or whatever, right? Used to run with T.I. Scantless dude out the projects. You know what I'm saying? Made a name for himself. Cutthroat dude, get with T.I. They had they falling out or whatever. But what's crazy about the shit is that T.I. dropped him from the label because he said he was a snitch. He said, I can't have that attached to my name, right? But you turn around and do the same whole shit. So, fuck it, I'm gonna start getting on these niggas. You know what I'm saying? This the internet, this what I do now. I'm not trying to, I'm only on the negative. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Anytime people do negative shit, sometimes you just gotta call it out, my dog. Like, you, so look, but listen, listen, man. In this lifetime, you, you become, I done watch people become three, four different people in their life. You know a person when they're a kid, when they become a teenager, they turn totally different. Then when they become a adult in their late 20s and 30s, they different. Then when they turn 40, they totally different. Family man, this. Some people try to stay the same always. You know what I'm saying? But most people totally change. And I seen that in this guy. He went from a straight street dude to a Muslim, and the change is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it's not to say that it's not still in them. I'm pretty sure a lot of these dudes can still get active, but they know when they look back on it. And a lot of people be embarrassed about the shit that they done, the stuff that they glamorize. You know what I'm saying? But what's crazy is I watched T.I. turn his back on this dude. He called him a rat, and the reason he called him a rat is beyond me. It's like the story was he in jail, right? He'd already been in prison a bunch of times. He went to jail for some shit. I don't know what it was, a pistol or something. So while he's sitting in jail, he with a dude that was trying to put some hits on prosecutors or whatever. So in jail, anybody who ever been to jail, you take the water out the toilet or whatever. Like if it's some chicks next door, down, you can talk to them. You can talk to them through it. Or some people through the vents. Like if your partner's next door, you can holler through the vents or holler. But anyway, the police knew this some type of way, and they tapped the cells. They tapped the cells, right? They put microphones in the vents and by the toilets and shit. And so somebody was talking about killing a prosecutor. So when they was talking about killing a prosecutor, that's not a crime. Anybody can say, "Man, I'm gonna kill his mother." No, that's not a crime to do that. You know what I'm saying? But what becomes a crime is when you say, "Hey, yeah, I had them followed," and they can, you know what I'm saying? They can prove that you had them followed. Okay, now it becomes a crime. Now it's conspiracy, and conspiracy is the plot to do. Like you know what I'm saying? That's conspiring to kill our prosecutors. Damn near like having them killed. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell people talking too much can get you fucked up. Fake threats can get you locked up. Your mouth can get you life in prison. You know what I'm saying? Just talking. But anyway, so the police knew they can press Dog because he was an habitual felon in this, and this. So they knew he was the weakest link. Police, the feds, they know what they doing. When they come in here, they say, "Hey, we think it was you that's on these wiretaps that's threatening the prosecutor on this shit. You taking, you know what I'm saying? You putting a hit on the prosecutor." So the Alpha Omega dude was like, "No, I ain't got shit to do with that. Like, what are you talking about? That's not me. That's not my voice." So basically, he had to get up and tell. He really didn't snitch. He just saying, "Look, that's not me." He like, listen to this nigga voice, my bonky voice, and listen to mine. Like, what the fuck? That's not my voice. You decide. Like most people, like, man, that's snitching. You shouldn't have said nothing. This nigga was facing 30 years. And listen, a real nigga ain't gonna let you take them charges. So why everybody calling somebody a snitch? If it's only two of us in a cell and they trying to jam me up for these fucking 30 years, and I'm telling you, like, bro, they trying to stick me with this shit. I ain't saying nothing, my nigga, but at the end of the day, nigga, you gonna have to come take your rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fight this shit all the way through though. You know what I'm saying? It's on them. I'm not saying it's Dog, but this is what it is. So Dog did it. So they try to stick him to it. And so I don't know how it went. They deciphered that it wasn't his voice, or they didn't. I don't know. Somehow, I guess he didn't tell on the dude, wouldn't tell on the dude or whatever. So they was telling him what you can do is this. They said, we got a guy. To get up under this, we got a guy, right? This guy over here moving bricks of cocaine or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? We want you to act like you, the government did this. They want you to act like you was copping work from this dude. So they gave this nigga all this shit to study. They gave this nigga old telephone numbers that he might have had. You know what I'm saying? They gave him old telephone numbers. They gave him, description of cars, places, addresses, and all this, and where they supposed to met at. He had to study this shit and go to court. You know what I'm saying? It was like, look, 30 years, or we need you to get up here and testify against this nigga. Now, like he said, how the fuck am I a snitch? They telling me they gonna force me to give me 30 years for this shit if I don't do this shit. So basically it was a setup from the beginning. The whole first shit probably was some bullshit. It probably wouldn't, that threatening the prosecutor shit, that could have been a whole bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because they wanted him, they knew they can get him to testify against this dude. See, the police play dirty games. So picture that, bro. You in there and then they trying to put some shit on you they know you didn't do. And your only way out is to tell on a nigga you don't know. Make up this story. So either do these 30 years, because you gonna get these 30 years. We got this shit on tape and we can prove that this is you, even though it ain't you. Shit. What you gonna do? I'm gonna take the 30 years, or I'm about to tell on this motherfucker that I don't know. Fuck this nigga. You like, hey, I hate to do it, but shit, how much time he facing? What, 10 years? Dog was like, fuck it, folded to it, right? Now, I'm not saying that I would have done that, but you gotta have understanding where some people come from. 30 years is a lot of time, and he done did a lot of time. Now, I don't know. I think I would have been like, fuck it, take me to court on this voice shit. I'm taking this shit to court on this voice shit. You know what I'm saying? That's not my voice. That's not me. How can you prove this? You know what I'm saying? But motherfucker got scared. He went in there and he got up on the stand and he told on this nigga. Like, yeah, I went and bought ounces here one day, kilos here this day. I met him here before. He's driving this car. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I still got all the phone numbers on my phone. I used to call him on this number. So he studied that shit and told on the nigga. But the nigga was smart. He was like, man, I've never seen this dude. I don't know this dude, none of this shit. The dude caught on to it and told his lawyer, like, look, I don't know this nigga. Like, I never done. I know you don't believe me, but listen, let me show you that I don't know him. He said, look, switch chairs with me. And when you up there, make him point me out. He don't know me. He said, this guy don't know me. So I don't know why they never showed him a picture of him or whatever. But so when they switched chairs, the lawyer he sat in the lawyer chair, and the lawyer sat in his chair, and he got up and he said, "Hey, could you point Mister Such Such out?" And when he asked him to point him out, he knew he didn't know who this nigga was, right? They thought they was just gonna go off words. So they was like, well, point him out. When they went to point him out, he couldn't point him out. So he faked a stomach ache, right? And he was sick. He said, oh shit, Yeah, like he was so sick. So what happened was they took him out to medical and they gave a 10-minute recess. During the 10-minute recess, the lady prosecutor ended up acting like she had to use the bathroom, went down there and showed the dude the paper. Like, hey, this the dude right here. It's him. Point him out. This is who we looking for. This the guy. So that's how they did it. So he ended up going, I guess he went back in there and told on him, pointed him out or whatever. And they found out all that. I guess they found that shit out later. But dog ended up doing 7 years in prison for that shit. And they had 3 people. That's how bad they wanted this guy. You know what I'm saying? So let's think, if the federal government do that type of shit, like you know what I'm saying? That's a dirty game. How can you beat that? Like, how can you beat that? You know what I'm saying? Like, when I be looking at like a lot of these motherfuckers now on TV, I be looking like so this how this links to the Georgia thing. So They from Georgia. His projects, whatever the project's name, back in the day, it used to be a lot of kids missing. Like back, I don't know if anybody can remember this story, where like in 1979 to 81, it was like a serial killer. They killed two grown men and like shit, I don't know, I say 20, 30 kids, black kids was coming up missing daily out these projects, right? And they got this one guy and they put this shit on him, right? Because they had to solve the cases. It was so bad they had to, and they said they always thought it was a police officer, right? So now they got witnesses in his case. Now look, they got this black man. They just picked him out of nowhere. Got him as a suspect. Now look, they did a surveillance because kids was coming up missing so much. They did a surveillance, right? So they said, "Fuck it, we think they throwing kids off the bridge because they keep coming up out the water. So they think they must be throwing them off a bridge somewhere." So they had surveillance on the bridges. This all of a sudden they just said, "Fuck it, we just gonna do surveillance this night on a bridge." Now, if you doing surveillance, that mean what? That mean you looking. You gonna have somebody seeing what type of car riding by, and if somebody throw a body over, you will be able to, catch him. At least if he throw it over, y'all can jump out and arrest him, or y'all got him on camera somewhere. Or if the body hit the water, y'all can go down there and hurry up and fish the body out the water. Right? That's what you would think. Surveillance. They live surveillance. Now, I'm not talking about video. I'm talking about they got people laying in the bushes for hours at a time waiting on somebody to come throw a body over all of a sudden, right? So they got this guy, he ride by, they say his car stopped, he threw the body over. They say he goes, he turns around, that's when they arrest him or what. I mean, they question him, right, when he come back. But that was a lie. He said, I went to the liquor store, then I turned around, then that's when they questioned me about this shit. But look, if he threw a body off in the water, why didn't y'all go fish the body out right then? What the fuck was the purpose of surveillance if y'all not got this shit on camera? If y'all couldn't see with your naked eye him throw something, they never seen him throw nothing. They said they heard him throw the body over. Now listen to this bullshit. So they couldn't charge him then because the body that he's supposed to throw over there, they never fished out the water right then. Like, and y'all doing surveillance. So how the fuck didn't you fish the body out right then? That's what y'all was there to do, surveillance, right? So okay, what was y'all plan? Y'all don't got a camera out there to record it. Y'all ain't even got an eye on the car or him throwing some shit out there. Can't none of the police officers say I seen him throw nothing. They say we heard. So you just sitting in the bushes listening for shit. So anyway, they couldn't charge him because they didn't know what he threw over. They just asked him, where was you coming from? What was you doing? Took his name. Boom. That's how he got on their radar, I think. So when they questioned him for that, boom, they let him go. A month later, they fish a body out the water, set like a mile and a half down. A month later, they fish a body a little over a month and a half later. They fish a body out a mile and a half down. They get him, they charge him with this shit. The only reason they charged him with this shit is because he was at a bridge crossing it a mile and a half down a month ago. So they got him. This a grown motherfucker that they threw over the bridge, right? So when they get him there, charge him with the murders, and I guess they like, fuck it, we got us one. So it was another dude that had got thrown off a while back, strangled the same way. No, they found him in the field. The other dude they found in the field. They didn't even find him in the water though. So they found another dude, a kid or something in the field, strangled. So they charged him for the two grown people deaths. Somehow, I don't know, I might got it mixed up, but they charged him with the two grown motherfuckers' body, right? They both were strangled to death. And so no evidence. So the only evidence that they had on this dude was fibers. They said yellow fibers and from a blanket. They said bed fibers and some dog hair. They said it all messed up to him. Now, looking back on the Alpha dude, Alpha Mega do. You see how the feds work. When they want you, they put shit in place to get you, right? Witnesses and all. So look at this. You know, most serial killers, they kill in patterns, right? Okay, yeah, they might strangle you, but if it's they gonna do either it's gonna be women, either it's gonna be men, it's gonna be children, it's gonna be whites, black. You know what I'm saying? It's like they have patterns. The only motherfucker I ever knew in history not to be do patterns was the Night Stalker. The Night Stalker really didn't have a pattern. You know, he was just a stone cold killer. But most serial killers, if you're gonna kill kids, that's what you're gonna do. That's your thing. You're not gonna kill grown people and kids. I mean, that's what I learned from watching these movies and CSI shit. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I seen. So for him to kill two grown ass men and then just go to killing children, what sense do that make? That don't make sense, number one. You know what I'm saying? So they got this guy and all these kids. So he keep telling them like, look, man, I had nothing to do with nothing. It's no look, the only evidence that they got is some fibers. Now, so they say they went in this house, they took pictures of everything. Now they said that he had the green carpet on the floor, some color comforter. They got them fibers, but they said it was a blanket that was under the bed. So if you took a picture of all this shit when you went in there, why didn't y'all take a picture of the blanket? Why didn't y'all take the blanket as evidence? So they never even got the blanket that they said that the fibers, one of the fibers that came off of them, that they said that they had. They didn't even take the blanket. They didn't even take a picture of the blanket. You know what I'm saying? So my man was like, "Look, where's the blanket?" So the lady tried to say, "Well, you probably moved the blanket when they first came and they came back. You probably moved it." He was like, "Okay, if I moved it, then why didn't they beg it for evidence? Why didn't they take pictures of it?" So that blanket may be some make believe shit. You know what I'm saying? That might be some make believe shit that they trying to just add on to him. So they sentenced this man to life in prison without parole. The bottom line, and just charged all the kids onto him. Fuck it, we gonna put all the murders, every one of them, all 20. They said that fuck it, they just try to close the case. So all how many ever kids it was, 20, 30 kids, we gonna give you these two murders, plus we gonna give you all the kids. Cause listen, that's what they do. They know all these black kids coming up missing. You know what I'm saying? They gotta close the case. They can't have the world in an uproar. They not doing nothing. They killing all these black kids. They have to have a scapegoat. They have to. So he was it. You know what I'm saying? He was it. He was it. A gay black dude at the time. But they had surveillance Ku Klux Klan members. And they got the Ku Klux Klan members on tape saying, go snatch another boy. But they didn't. They looked into that. They never found nothing. All this shit. And so now I look at the witnesses. Now when I look at the Alpha Omega shit, how the feds play so dirty with the witnesses. I'm looking at the witnesses that was in this case. The few witnesses that they had, they were the one lady was like, "Yeah, I seen him with him," but who knows if the feds didn't pay them or coerced them to say that. There's nobody else but these two people, this old ass man and this woman, to say that they seen. And then the dude recanted his statement and said, "No, it definitely wasn't him." He wrote to them and told them that for dog appeal. Then he came back at the end. People be wanting attention, man. What I learned, my little cousin just died. What I learned is when this type of shit happens, people don't have nothing to do. People want attention. People will say and do anything. I mean, I've never seen nothing like this. My little cousin just was murdered, and we've had so many lies. That's why when you see somebody get killed and you be like, put that shit on Crime Stoppers, and you get all these, just anybody that just call for attention. Yeah, just say any fucking thing that don't got nothing to do with it, just to call, just to want to feel a part of something. And that's what be happening, man. They convicted this black man, bro. No other evidence, no other evidence but some green carpet fiber. Now this a black pole nigga. They tell me something. There's no carpet like this in the world. It's like, It's only so many of these made. This a po ass nigga. And back then, how the fuck can you be so sure about fiber? So that's what all the juries was like. If it wasn't for the fibers, because back then that was like they DNA. They looking at the fibers and the dog hairs and this, and they didn't even have a blanket. So you know what I'm saying? They didn't even have a blanket, man. You know what I'm saying? To convict him. But anyway, I'm gonna get off this shit. Anyway, they gave him life. So look, they sentenced him to prison for life for the two. This how scandalous it is. They sent him to prison for the two black grown adult motherfuckers. They never, not one kid got a trial. Now you know any time I be watching these movies, right? I be watching shows, and in real life I know how this works. If a person killed 10 motherfuckers, he gonna go to jail. He gonna go to trial for all 10 of these motherfuckers. This nigga be going to trial for years to come. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody want justice for their kid, right? Most people, like if you white people, that's what they do. They don't give a fuck if this nigga get the electric chair for these two. You know, that should be enough. Okay, he dying anyway. No, they still give people they trial. You still just do. You killed this, you gotta go to trial. You have to be punished for these kids. They never charged him or took him to court for no, they charged him, but they never took him to court for none of the black kids that was killed. Once they gave him that life sentence for these two guys right here, that was it. They said, fuck it, he got life anyway. You know what I'm saying? So what brings me back around to the Alpha Omega dude is he was asked about that shit. And it's funny that he was like, yeah, he was talking about it like, because they snatched the kid that was from his projects. They didn't snatch him from his projects, but he was from the projects and they snatched him and killed him somewhere. So he even was saying it like, look, man, we know that black nigga didn't do it. He was like, man, that man didn't kill these people. You know what I'm saying? They said that man did not kill these people. He said, man, ain't no fucking way. You know what I'm saying? This dude did it. No black people think that he done it. Even the mothers of the victims that was killed do not think that he done it. You know what I'm saying? It's like if the mothers, if somebody kills your son and they got somebody, you just like, and they think that's it. Like fuck him. Yeah, that's him. The mothers of the kids was like, man, hell no, it's not adding up. Like even to the day they took a DNA test in 2018, and it came back that they don't exclude them, but they can't say that it's him. You know how DNA work. Now you find a hair, motherfucker, that's you 100%. So how do this shit come up inconclusive? Then they got the one FBI agent that's doing a motherfucking lie detector test. Now the nigga, the one dude taking a lie detector test, he passed the motherfucker twice with the state. But with the same white motherfucker federal officer, he failed it. Dog failed it 3 times with this federal officer. Right? So the nigga who did the killing, he failed the test 3 times with the federal officer. Right? Now another guy come and took it with the state twice and passed it. But with the federal officer, he failed it. So how you pass it twice in the state, but with this guy was like, fuck it, let me test him. And the shit come out. Come on, man, there's something fishy about that. Man, I do not believe this guy killed them kids. I just don't. Where is the evidence? Even if he did do it, like I say, even if he did do it, it's not guilty. It's not just guilty or not guilty. It's guilty, not guilty, or not proven. They did not prove that he killed anybody, and this man is in there forever. So even if he did do the shit, bro, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what defense lawyers be on. Fuck it. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And they didn't prove shit. And this man sitting in this jail, I suppose it come out as true. He didn't do none of this shit. How will we ever know? At this point, y'all know y'all fucked up. This is what I'm saying. The government just won't play fair. It's a lot of murders that can be solved at this point. At this point, you know you will never solve this shit. Nobody's going to say, hey, I done this. Even with the OJ shit. What they need to do, this nigga, man, listen, let this man go. Get this man, look, people want answers. We want to know, we want to know the answers to this. We can't let this man die without answers. So what you do, you get this nigga clemency. You say, hey, fuck it, man. I put you in a nice home. You know what I'm saying? Because we done fucked your life over. We'll give you this amount of money and your freedom, right? To tell us the truth, right? To tell us the truth. You will not be punished. We'll put you in a discreet location if you've done it, but we're gonna let you go at this point. Because look, you really didn't prove that he done it. You know you don't know 100% that he done this. So you really damn near got an innocent man sitting there. And if this man sit there and still say he didn't do that shit, I mean, you need to let him go at this point. It's some shit that like sometimes people be wanting to get. I mean, maybe that's some dumb shit I just said, but really you got to go to these people. Like, bro, we just want the answers to this. You know what I'm saying? Like here go the paperwork right here. Because after so long, man, you know, you got to think he done did what since the 80s. That's damn near 40 years, 40 some years since 1979, right? Yeah, that's like 45 years he done. Now you only charged him with them 2 murders. Come on, man, you let motherfuckers go for way. That's what I'm saying is he should be able to parole for killing 2 motherfuckers and he did 40 years. You know how many motherfuckers out here right now coming up for parole for killing 3, 4 motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying? Real talk. There's so many killers running around here out on parole and did 20 years and killed 4, 5 motherfuckers and they know it. You know, 20 years is really a life sentence. You know what I'm saying? So look, my thing is this, dog, bro. Listen, he should be eligible for some type of fucking parole. Even though you gave him life without fucking parole, get this man parole, man. You know what I'm saying? And try to work something out to see if he really killed these kids. If he really killed these kids, solve this case, get these families, because these families really know this man didn't do it, man. You know what I'm saying? He can sit up there and say, "No, I didn't do it," and still get out. I mean, I don't know what to say or what to do, man. But a lot of cases can be closed. Like if you, like people being, like right now, if they start giving clemency for these cases that's 20 years and over, like listen, get it off your chest. If you want to come here and confess, we will give you full immunity for these crimes that's done. If you done this and you tell us details in it, we will give you clemency. And it can be anonymous. The world don't really have to know. Just say, hey, we solved this. We got the person that killed your loved one. I mean, something has to happen. There's too many unsolved cases, and people want to know, man, because there's people out here right now that then lost loved ones that's looking around, right now. They still looking at people that's innocent. They still looking. They don't know, like somebody kill your people, man, and, and you looking at everybody. You looking at, man. It's it's a motherfucker, dog. You know, but yeah, I think that man innocent. I think they got an innocent man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, back to the Alpha Mega thing. Now, what's crazy about him is that T.I. dropped him from snitching, right? Because he told on the motherfucker to beat a 30-year sentence. But he fessed up like a man. Like, I didn't snitch on this nigga. I don't know this man. It ain't like I did business with this nigga, ran with this nigga, and told some shit I actually know. The government put me in the trap. I had to get up under these 30 years. I don't know this man. I know that's some dirty shit to do, but it's a dirty world. Fuck it. I had to save my own ass. This is my life. But people don't look at it like that. Like I say, everybody not too hard because they don't. And the only motherfuckers that's talking that shit is the people that's never been in that situation. Now, I don't think that I would ever tell on the motherfucker for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I could do an innocent person like that. We would have had just to went to trial on that. But I do have understanding. You understand? I do have understanding. I know I understand why he done it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no dumb motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. Somebody knocking at this door. My baby, let me get it. I'm Trap Talk Blue, man. If y'all like this shit, make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, and share, bro.